If you're a man over 65, you need to see this. In this short video, I'm going to give you my 4 best tips for losing fat and staying in great health throughout your 60s, 70s, 80s, and even beyond. I'm also going to show you why most men over 65 struggle with poor health and belly fat, and why the things younger men do to get in shape just simply won't work for you. And I'll show you exactly what you need to do differently to get in shape. Now in today's video, I'm going to give you a few quick tips to get started with, but I've put together a full system for losing belly fat specifically for older guys like us. It's called Abs After 40. I put together a free video explaining exactly how my full system works, and you can check it out at getabsafter40.com. For now, let's get into my first tip. Never perform workouts that are meant for younger men. Now you may be wondering, how do I know if the workout I'm doing is meant for younger guys? Well, just ask yourself these questions. Are you overly fatigued after just the first few minutes? Or do you feel pressure or strain in your joints or ligaments as you attempt to move through the exercises? And finally, do you feel sore for multiple days afterwards? Now, all of these are key indications that you are performing workouts that are way too intense for a body at your age. For guys over 65, to do these workouts, it's a surefire way to get injured. Not only that, but they're actually very ineffective for burning belly fat on top of having a high risk of injury. Plus, doing dance aerobics or boot camp group classes where you're hopping around is literally insanity. You should never do this type of workout. Now here's a pro tip. Any workout course made by a jacked trainer in his 20s or 30s is not for you. If you want to get in shape, you need to learn from a trainer who's our age. Otherwise, what they're teaching you probably will not work for you. Next is tip number 2. Avoid using cardio or weight machines. This is what older people are usually steered into. And I'm not saying that cardio or weight machines are bad, but I don't think that they're very good. Now the reason why sticking with exercise machines is not a good idea, because these do not require you to activate or build your stabilizing muscles, the most important muscles to a man who is over 65. You see, most men are programmed to only think about the trophy muscles when they work out, like building a broad chest or big biceps. But these prominent muscle groups are only as strong as the stabilizer muscles surrounding them are. And as men age, it's these smaller, acute muscle groups that weaken the fastest. And using machine weights only makes matters worse, because by design, they only target the larger muscle groups and don't require you to activate your stabilizer muscles at all. The result? Huge risk of injury. Let me put it in real terms for you. Imagine lifting your grandkid up and resting him on your shoulders. Now, where do you think you feel the most pressure? Your core. The muscles that make up your lower back and midsection would be firing like crazy in order to stabilize the weight that was resting on your shoulders. To put this example in play at the gym, if you're sitting down on a stationary shoulder press machine, you are actually cutting out the core stability portion of this exercise altogether. This not only makes you vulnerable in real-life functional situations, but you'll also be setting yourself up for an injury from not training these muscles effectively. Not to mention, you are missing out on building the maximum amount of lean muscle by neglecting your stabilizers. With less overall muscle activated during machine training, you will also be skipping the metabolic boost you'd be getting from stimulating both your primary muscle groups and your stabilizers at the same time. And don't even get me started on the cardio machines. First of all, when you're on a treadmill or elliptical, there's absolutely no muscle growth stimulation happening here at all. And since your metabolism increases in response to having more muscle, using a cardio machine is actively lessening your ability to burn through the maximum amount of calories you could be torching otherwise. To make matters worse, one study even showed that performing cardio left testosterone levels depressed for up to 24 hours after the workout was over. And if you don't think low T levels are a big deal, then you are in for a rude awakening. And that's because testosterone is literally the most crucial of all anabolic hormones, especially for younger men. The word anabolic in itself literally means to build. So to put things in perspective, consider your body to be a pile of bricks and your testosterone hormone as the mortar. Now, sure, you can stack the bricks up and make a pretty decent wall, but without mortar present to bind the structure, it will be impossible for your brick wall or body to maintain a structure. Not only that, but your wall would never be able to grow or sustain itself against years of weathering without the existence of mortar. That's how critical testosterone is to your body. The level of testosterone you have in your body will determine exactly how well you will recover from working out and how much muscle you will gain as a result of training. So by doing cardio, you're actually going to be setting yourself up for failure in the long run. But I'll get into just how important your testosterone levels are in just a minute. Let's get to tip number 3. You need to perform low impact moves at high intensity. You want to focus on moves that are intense enough to be effective, but which also don't risk injury. Now here's an example. Dumbbells are less risky than standard barbells, but the exercise can still be challenging for anyone if you know how to make the proper adjustments. This type of exercise boosts your testosterone much more than cardio or machines and is still low impact and low risk. I have many more exercises like this that I use with my clients to get them results. Basically, it comes down to taking a high intensity exercise that's effective for younger men and scientifically modifying it to be safe and effective for men our age. By far, the most important factor for older men trying to lose belly fat and stay in good health is to make boosting your testosterone your #1 priority in your workouts and your diet. It is literally more important than any other factor for men over 65 who want to lose belly fat. And why is that? Your testosterone drops by 1% a year starting in your 20s, and if you don't address this issue, by the time you're 65, your testosterone production may shut down altogether. And maybe you're even experiencing some of the early symptoms of this low T condition right now. The lower your testosterone is, the harder it is to lose belly fat, gain muscle, maintain sexual performance, have energy, or even maintain a positive outlook on life. This is why losing belly fat seems so much easier when you were younger, and why it seems nearly impossible at times to achieve now that you are over the age of 65. Of course, you probably know you could go to a doctor and get synthetic testosterone injections, and while those are very effective, they do destroy your body's ability to produce testosterone naturally on its own. Not to mention, any steroid use comes hand in hand with side effects, especially if you end up deciding to discontinue your injections. Your body's hormone system will crash hard, and you'll be at risk for developing feminized characteristics, such as extra body fat storage in the hips, belly, and even around the chest, giving your pecs a saggy, breast-like look. But this doesn't have to be you. What most men over 65 don't realize is that there is a natural way of boosting your testosterone levels. In a nutshell, it comes down to doing exercises that are proven to boost testosterone while still being safe for guys our age. Eating the foods that are proven to support testosterone production, and of course, optimizing your sleep, stress levels, and other lifestyle factors in the way that's proven to be best for your T. But you don't need to spend hours searching the internet for the best exercise or nutrition plans for your master male hormone. Instead, I've put together a free video for you that gives away my full system for older guys like us to naturally boost their testosterone. You can check it out at getabsafter40.com, and I'll see you when you get there.